Welcome back to The Explainer. So, have you ever felt like you're just floating through life without an anchor? Like you're desperately trying to find inner peace while at the exact same time stressing out about your Wi Fi bill? Well, today we're digging into a totally fascinating framework for achieving literally unshakable stability. We're talking about the Muladhara, or Root Chakra, which is considered the ultimate foundation for personal balance. Okay, let's dive right into this.
So picture this central meditating figure. She's sitting there firmly anchored on a blossoming lotus flower, right? But beneath her is this massive, dense network of roots reaching way down deep into the earth. It's such a powerful metaphor because basically everything radiating out from her depends completely on that one deep central root system.
To really wrap our heads around this, we're going to break things down into 5 key areas. We'll look at what is the root chakra, earth and foundation, body and mind, action and the material world, and finally, the holistic balanced state. All right, kicking things off with section 1, what is the root chakra? It's all about that ultimate foundation. We're talking about the Muladhara, which is pretty universally known as the root chakra. Now, think about a giant tree for a second. That tree absolutely cannot grow tall branches or sprout leaves or bear fruit if its root system is shallow, right, or rotting. In this framework, the Muladhara is your personal root system. It's the absolute, ground zero foundation of your physical and spiritual existence. Literally, all other growth depends entirely on getting this specific center stabilized first.
And the absolutely crucial point here is that the primary psychological and spiritual goal of this root chakra, it isn't about reaching for the stars just yet, not at all. It's about establishing a firm foundation, stability and security. It is all about feeling undeniably secure exactly where you are.
Which, brings us to an incredibly important question. We totally get the abstract definition, stability and security. But how does this foundational stability actually look and feel when it connects to our literal physical environment?
Moving right along to section 2, earth and foundation. Let's take a look at our deepest roots.
So a balanced root chakra means balancing 2 really crucial earthly connections. On one hand, being grounded and secure gives you this firm, solid foundation. But here's the catch. This is explicitly paired with a connection to nature. You literally cannot be truly grounded in your house or your job without a deep, resonant connection to the earth itself. Because true stability requires nurturing the environment around us. It's kind of like gently holding rich, dark soil in your hands to help a bright, green new sprout grow. We are quite literally rooted in the physical earth. So, if we follow this logic, what happens next? Once our roots are firmly planted in the earth and our environment, how does that foundational security affect us internally, inside our own bodies and minds? That takes us to section 3, body and mind, the inner experience. A balanced root chakra reveals this truly fascinating internal duality. First, you have physical vitality, meaning abundant physical energy and strength. But right alongside it, you have inner peace and tranquility. And that brings reduced anxiety, reduced fear, and real emotional balance. These 2 things don't fight each other at all. In a balanced state, they happen simultaneously. Just notice the stark contrast here. You've got this glowing, bright red body radiating raw physical energy directly alongside a serene pink lotus resting peacefully on a pool of calm water. It perfectly captures this idea that having a balanced Muladhara means possessing fierce physical vitality combined with absolute emotional stillness. Pretty amazing, right? Okay, so we have our deep connection to the earth, we have our physical energy, and we have a calm mind. But let's be real, we don't live in a vacuum. How does this inner peace and physical vitality translate into our day-to-day interactions with the highly demanding external material world? And that brings us to section 4, action and the material world, the external manifestations. So all that internal work, it naturally blossoms outward into confidence and courage. You actually become capable of real assertiveness and bravery. And perhaps most practically for our modern world, this foundation explicitly links to financial stability. We're talking about achieving a tangible sense of material well-being. Courage in this context isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's like standing triumphantly on top of a jagged mountain peak. And notice how financial stability is viewed here. It's not just the static hoarding of coins in a cold metal safe. No way. It's a green, living plant growing vibrantly right out of that wealth. Your financial stability becomes this living, growing resource that actively supports you. All right, we've looked at all the individual pieces now. The deep earthly roots, the dynamic internal body, the calm mind, the fierce courage, and the material safety. So what happens when all of these disparate elements align perfectly together? Let's find out in Section 5, the holistic balanced state, the complete cycle. Looking at the whole picture now, you can clearly see how that central figure is supported by a complete wheel of wellness. She isn't just meditating in some empty void. Her peace is maintained because she is grounded in nature, physically vital, emotionally tranquil, courageous in her actions, and materially secure. It's a system. The 6 nodes constantly feed energy into the center, and the center anchors the 6 nodes. So achieving this balanced Muladhara is really a cycle of stability. Step 1 starts from the bottom up, establishing deep roots and a genuine connection to the natural world. Then, step 2, that foundation allows you to cultivate abundant physical energy while simultaneously maintaining inner peace. Finally, step 3, armed with that internal balance, you can project confidence and courage outward, successfully navigating the material world to achieve tangible financial stability. It is just a brilliant reminder that true balance impacts absolutely everything, from our deepest spirituality to our most practical material realities.
Which brings us to one final question for you. We spend so much of our lives trying to fix the leaves and the branches, our jobs, our stress, our relationships. But looking at these 6 pillars, groundedness, nature, vitality, peace, courage, and financial stability, is it possible the solution is actually beneath the surface? Ask yourself, which area of your personal root system needs a little water today? Thanks so much for exploring this explainer with me. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing.